have been seeing so many videos on YouTube lately about people wanting to quit their jobs, how much they hate their jobs. One of the questions that people are asking is, I can't just quit my job because I don't even know what I want to do. How do you pay rent? How do you pay bills? How do you pay groceries? The job that I had, even though it was my dream job in a lot of ways in terms of like the type of projects I was doing, the company was okay. It wasn't like a toxic environment or anything. At least I don't think so. It just wasn't for me. And for that reason, it made it very difficult to get excited about anything related to the job and the work and just anything. It just so happened that I ended up getting laid off. I took that as a sign that I needed to be doing something else, right? If that's not the universe giving me a kick in the butt, saying, try something else, I don't know what is. Saying all that to say that I didn't jump ship just yet, just because it wasn't for me, I created a plan for myself. And I was giving myself X amount of time in order to exit myself. What I would caution people to do is not to quit your job just yet. And quitting your job for anything, whether to be a content creator, an influencer, a YouTube creator, whatever, right? If you're not currently in the situation and the position where you can comfortably pay your bills without the job, don't quit the job. It's that simple. If it's a job that you don't like, then find another job. Find a job doing something else. So maybe you can move back home with your parents.
Oh, hell no.
How about take a step of, okay, maybe if I save up enough for the next 6 months where I can cover my bills, maybe that's a start. Or maybe what it is for you to just figure out how to actually like what you're doing in the meantime while you're working towards something else. Just take a step at a time. And it doesn't mean you need to be miserable. It means that you need to actually sit down and figure out what's the next step for yourself, right? And that may take some time, but that's better than sitting around just accepting that that's your life for forever and being miserable because of it. Don't kind of give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams just because you haven't yet figured it out. Because there are 60 and 70-year-olds out there that still haven't figured it out. Like, we're all trying to solve this really weird, complex, big problem of what's my life's purpose. You don't need to figure out your life's purpose. What you need to figure out is, what is it that I like to do? And as someone who, when I was younger, like, I wasn't put into extracurriculars and things like that where I could figure out, well, I like doing this, I don't like doing this, I like sports, I don't like sports, I like music, I'm great at acting, whatever. But as an adult, I'm realizing more and more that that's the way you ultimately find what you're in alignment with, what's for you, because you've now taken the time to sign up for a class at the YWC or YMCA or whatever. I see this class and I've always wanted to try this. And so what I'd say to you is, until you've figured it out, put yourself out there. Make yourself a little bit uncomfortable. Trying new things, trying new hobbies. That's the only way you're gonna figure out what you're good at, what you like doing. But if you're just like laying on the couch all day and laying in bed all day, just like whining and complaining that you don't know what you want to be, you don't know what you want to do, I'm not good at anything, then you are never going to get to that situation where you are good at something. Okay, hold on, let me just delete some stuff. Damn it. Life is complex and you're not gonna have it all figured out by the time you're 20 or 30 or 40. I'm almost 40 and I know how I want to be living, and that took a long time to get there, just to even figure that part out. And let me just try to adjust this. So it's not as easy as it seems, and it's gonna take a lot of time. So be patient with yourself. trying to figure that out. Like, don't be hard on yourself. Just understand that most of us, if not all of us, have the same issue. We don't like our jobs. We want to be doing something else. We want to be living differently, and maybe we haven't yet figured out what that looks like, but we just feel stuck. And sometimes it's because we keep ourselves stuck because we're not willing to look at life a little bit differently and look at ourselves a little bit differently as well. As humans, we are meant to grow and stretch and evolve. I was reading this thing saying that wanting to grow and just experience more fullness of life, that's actually God wanting to live through us and experience the human experience through us. And so whenever we feel that we can do bigger things, whenever we feel like we should be doing bigger things, that's actually God wanting to express himself through us. And so if you have an inkling of some sort or a deep desire to do something else, don't ignore that. That desire is planted in your heart for a reason, and it wouldn't be planted there if you couldn't do it. The thing is that we just sometimes don't have the patience for ourselves. We don't have the patience for life, and so we're not willing to stick through the challenging parts of it, of figuring it all out. Quit your job, don't quit your job, but just know that chances are you want to quit really badly because it's just not in alignment with who you are. You're feeling that feeling of wanting to do more or wanting to do something different because that's what you're meant to do. Does that make sense? So stick to that feeling and see where it takes you. I'm not telling anybody to go homeless, become destitute, sleep on their friend's couch. What I'm telling you is don't ignore that feeling. If you keep chasing that feeling, something will come up for you. I was on this continuous hunt and search for something else and something more for myself. I said I was not going to say no anymore because I'm afraid or I'm worried about all sorts of things that haven't even happened. And so I said yes to something. I said yes to starting my own cleaning business. You know, me losing my job is not something that's going to stop me. That's just giving me more fuel. Just make a decision that you're going to be doing something, and I promise you that things are going to start happening. You're going to see it for yourself. Things are going to start happening. Things are going to start lining up for you.